You're welcome to another live stream winter song session from here in Cyprus Avenue. I'm joined on the couch by Jack O'Rourke. We're in a new year, so Happy New Year, Jack.
Happy New Year, Dave.
2020, what a great year. Tell me about it.
It's wonderful.
We were talking prior to the beginning of the rolling of the camera, and some of the things you were telling me you were involved in through last year didn't sound like the worst year.
No, well, the one that stands out to me is I made an album, actually. I wrote an album during lockdown, the first lockdown. I need to write when there's quiet, so selfishly I found lockdown great from a creativity point of view. My friend and drummer Davey Ryan came out to me and recorded me remotely at home, and then we had this opportunity to work in the Triskel in Cork, and they gave us the space and this beautiful old Steinway grand piano to, record the album, and all the songs were written on piano, so I might even just keep it that way when it's released. It's all about the lyrics. And
so what a very simple sort of arrangement.
Very sparse, just piano, voice. That's how they all start. And a lot of people often say to me, even though I love, collaborating with my band and different musicians, that some of the songs, that's all they need, Yeah.
Well, that's
lockdown songs.
That's exciting. That wasn't one of the stories we talked about. One we were talking about was a collection of people and fellow musicians.
Yeah.
You found yourself amongst up in the Sky Bar, the Guinness Storehouse, up in the top level.
Yes. Yeah.
Other voices.
Other voices. So it is. It's like a kind of a. Everyone says it, but it is a bit like a family. And once you're in. And they've been very good to me, Philip King and Aoife Woodlock and their crew. And I played the Trail about 5 years ago, and things happen. I ended up singing with Dan Hansard and the Webb Sisters after Leonard Cohen died, and then 2 years ago we played. They had me in the church, which was amazing. It's like I've made it. You have the respect of your peers, and that was amazing. And I got to sing with Loa at that time, so they wanted me and Loa to sing River by Joni Mitchell, and it was a very emotional experience. There was a great collective of people. It was Denise Chyla, God knows, Loa, myself, Conor O'Brien from Villagers, Sean Potts, the Mary Wallopers, Emer Quinn. It was just so eclectic, but it worked, and I think it was a real time to just reflect on the kind of nightmare that everyone had, and a time to pause. We've had a lot of time to pause. There's been too much pause.
But there's now been a lot of those sorts of things that have happened as a result of people needing to find a place and space to be creative in.
Totally.
It sounds like some gang of people to be in amongst. And you were saying to me it was kind of in the round like a Jules Holland type thing?
It was great. There was one moment we were backstage watching the gig, in the place outside, and John Sheehan from the Dubliners, who I want to adopt him as my grandfather. He was playing this little Middle Eastern jig while Denise Chyla was singing with God knows, It was just, and to me, it just summed up how Ireland has evolved, and it's like two sides of the same coin, So it was cool.
That actually ties in with what we were talking about, which was that show T.G. Carr put out with Tom Tiernan in Roundstone and Galway, Saulu. That had this mix of things. It felt like the sort of, I don't know, maybe modern Ireland and old Ireland being shaken together, and it all starting to sift a little bit together. Maybe some of 2020 might have helped that, and we can look back at it in the future and thank it.
Absolutely, and you mentioned that to me, so I haven't seen it yet.
And there was the National Concert, or no, was it in the National Gallery? There was something done as part of all of the, the creative response to the times we're in, which had Denise Chyla and God knows in front of the portrait of Daniel O'Connell. There's been some interesting mixing of things,
of stuff, totally. I watched those gigs online too. I think Saint Sister were with Crash Ensemble, and I got to play one of my new songs with Crash Ensemble at this gig. So I've watched it live, but maybe it'll be on the TV program. So looking forward to that in 2021. And
the album then. So I mean, you've got a fuller sort of setup. It looks behind us here on stage.
Yeah, it's.
So will this be the new album? If it's the sparser,
maybe, I don't know yet.
I haven't decided. To decide.
Well, these Aisling Fitzpatrick on cello, Hugh Dillon on guitar, and Davey Ryan, the drummer I was talking about earlier, on drums. I've been playing with them. They're my friends, but I've been playing with them since college days, really. So the bones of almost 10 years. So there's a lot of history there, and we all collaborate a lot. I think Cork is kind of famous for that, of people of different genres coming together. So it'll be nice to have a show. I did a lot of solo gigs during lockdown. It's like being in a sitcom with no laughter. You crack a joke, you finish a song, and it's just eerie, the silence, and you just feel like going into a cocoon. But I think it helps when you've got musicians on stage with you to kind of carry the energy, and you're all bouncing off each other. So
looking forward to it.
Thank you very much.
The album then?
Yeah, sometime in 2021. Need to mix it, and I'd like to get someone really, really cool to do that. And a few singles released. And
does that add a lot to the process?
I think so. Yeah, I've worked with a lot of great mixers. Christian Best, for example. I just think, even in that regard, people bring their own sound to the project. So, yeah, it's nice to have 12 or 15 new songs done, ready to go. And I think that, it's funny, when you write stuff, you're not really sure what it's about or how it conceptually kind of falls together like a string of pearls, but when you have a bit of time, you go, oh yeah, it's about that, So I think there's a bit of a story to this album,
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, we look forward to beginning at the beginning and getting all the way through to the end. Jack O'Rourke, thanks for joining me on the couch. We look forward to this Winter Songs live stream session from Cyprus Avenue, with thanks to the Department of Culture for
absolutely, and thanks to Cyprus Avenue too.
So
I played here, I think, for my EP launch in 2019 for Ivory Towers, so it's a really nice place to play. So glad to be here.
Well, take it away, Jack O'Rourke. Thanks very much.
Thanks, Dave. Cheers.
Hello, it's great to be in Cork. I am from Cork. I'm a Corkonian. My name is Jack O'Rourke. I'm very honoured to be part of Winter Songs at Cyprus Avenue in association with the Department of Culture, and being filmed by Twisted Vision. I'm joined on stage by my comrades in arms, the wonderful Hugh Dillon on guitar, and my sister in arms, Aisling Fitzpatrick, on the violoncello. We're going to commence this recital with a song I wrote during lockdown, the first lockdown, which was kind of the catalyst for writing a whole album. It's a song called Strange Bird, and it's actually about a drone recording a town during lockdown and what it sees and what it doesn't see, I suppose. It's kind of an eerie silence in the town. So looking back in the year we've just had, it's kind of apt, I think, to start with this. So Strange Bird. Strange bird flying through deserted towns. She got no plumage, she got no song. Records the quiet in her memory. If she's a computer, then what are we? Hugs I feel here, hugs I scarce. The bird up there, she can find no trace. She scans the town for some human touch. We keep our distance, we don't embrace too much. Out of style. Whoa, to hold you tight when the sun goes down. The boy outstretches his little hand. His granddad meets his through a sheet of glass. A window pane like the Berlin Wall. To a little boy, it don't make sense at all. Trudy drank Manhattans in a bar of chrome. Now she buys her milk at the break of dawn. It's far from cocktails that she was raised. She hopes her
the silver moon. Look down on our town. Let your light shine on. Let your light shine on. A strange bird flying through deserted towns. She got no plumage, she got no song. Records the quiet in her memory. If she's a computer, then what are we?
This is a new song as well, called The Parting. I was watching a heron fly up from a river, the River Lee, strangely enough, and this song came to me.
We don't part like a docker's last round. Down the hatch, boy, sinking into free fall. We can't part like a catkin falling from an elder tree, bursting in the air with pollen and promise and memory. Sometimes the summer leaves without a refrain. Sometimes you face a picture in my mind's frame, out of my head like a werewolf in a drunken tryst. The comfort of a body, but your name upon my lips. We better leave like Aaron leaves the river. There's always a murmur, a ripple, or a quiver. We don't part like a Hollywood end. Too many strings and syrup and hearts that never mend. We can't part like a blackbird from its final tune. Little by little the wind might carry it to the dune. Today we're caterpillars, tomorrow butterflies, painted like Caravaggio across a summer sky. You'll go your way and I'll go mine, a parting dance kaleidoscoping just out of time. We better leave like Aaron leaves the river. There's always a murmur, a ripple, or a quiver.
This is our only cover. It's a song about beginning again. It's a David Bowie tune, which he wrote about 2020. No, he didn't. But it's kind of a fuck 2020 song about beginning again, which we all probably feel like doing. Please sing along.
I've nothing much to offer. There's nothing much to take. I'm an absolute beginner. And I'm absolutely sane. As long as we're together, the rest can go to hell. I absolutely love you. And we're absolute beginners. Eyes completely open, but nervous all the same. If our love song could fly over mountains, could laugh at the ocean, just like the films, there's no nothing much could happen. It's nothing we can't shake. We're absolute beginners. With nothing much at stake. As long as you're still smiling, there's nothing more I need. We're absolute beginners. I absolutely love you. But if my love is your love, we're certain to succeed. If our love song could fly over mountains, could sail over heartaches, just like the films, if there's reason to feel all the hard times, to lay down the hard lines, it's absolutely true. Bring on 2021.
It's a song that I wrote last year. It's part of this new album as well that Davey has been recording me with, and it's kind of, I suppose, a response to a lot of the things that have been happening in America and across the world, and from reading the writings of Maya Angelou and Toni Morrison. So it's called Blooms Like Orchids.
Dreamed a choir of sway, the sound of pain and murals of black angels. They sang, there ain't no word, there ain't no feeling to show that rage is seething. They sang, listen boy, listen good, don't try to empathize, you'll never walk in these shoes. So look at your son and think of him until the gallant side that's gone with the wind. They say, I got sass and style, but I don't own my own surname. Burn like a nail, all my roots are scattered to the wind. I'll break these chains that you can't see. My children gonna bloom like an orchid. They're gonna dream a dream, the dream's back at me. They can surrender to the wind and ride it and be free. Dreamed a heart-killing floor, the raising fists to beat the band, overturning old ways, questioning law and the lie of the land. If those blues and notes wink at you, rejuvenate your senses like the morning dew. Rewrite our history or let the shame droop like a willow tree. They say I got sass and style, but I don't own my own surname. Burn like a nail, all my roots are scattered to the wind. Break these chains that you can't see. My children gonna bloom like an orchid. They're gonna dream a dream that dreams back at me. They can surrender to the air and ride it and be free. Dreamed of Lady Day, standing like a Harlem queen, bait from pleasing white folks and Yankees. She asked for things much different now, please. She looked at my uncertainty, the murals of black angels. My children, well, they bloomed like orchids. They dreamed a dream, the dream's back at me. They can't surrender to the air. They're gonna ride it and be free.
We're joined on stage by my drummer, Davy Ryan, who played on Blooms Like Orchids. But give it up for Davy. A great musician. Okay. This is a song that was written very recently as well. It's named after a great country singer, but she had a voice that could have sang rock or soul or R&B or jazz. The great Patsy Cline. And she's one of those voices, when I hear her, she kind of... You stop what you're doing and you're just drawn to her tone and her ability to connect emotionally with her listener. So she's the metaphor for this song. It's not really about Patsy Cline, but it's the sentiment of being completely floored by someone. So Patsy Cline. There's a Patsy Cline.
When you're in your wild place, I can only hear you rising like a country tune, pedals still crying, leading to ruin. Thought I had you where I want you. I could be in LA, all the silver rooftops, all the crazy cries of lovers. No match for your wildfire. It's better than a quiet life. There you go, wrong-footing me every time. Just when I think of the essence of you, you steer me off balance like Patsy Cline. Here you are, pointing to a bitter climb. Just when I think I've caught up with you, you walk after midnight like Patsy Cline. This wild place bears no trace, just a fragment of the way we were. I went fumbling and foraging, looking for our wild place. Found your scarlet letter, read it twice, kissed it better. Buried words to be reaped and sown. The things I done I told you, I wouldn't tell a whispering pines. We were our captain and our own crew. If love is a wild place, we rode horses from the ocean. There you go, wrong-footing me every time. Just Just when I think of the essence of you, you steer me off balance like Patsy Cline. Here you are, pointing to a different climb. Just when I think I've caught up with you, you walk after midnight like Patsy Cline. Just when I think of the essence of you, you steer me off balance like Patsy Cline. Here you are, pointing to a different climb. Just when I think I've caught up with you, you walk after midnight like Patsy Cline. This wild place bears no trace, just a fragment of the way we were.
Thank you. Give it up for Hugh Dillon, Aisling Fitzpatrick, and Davy Ryan. Woo! This is a song that was the title track of my last release, an EP, kind of a mini album called Ivory Towers. So it's the title track. It's called Ivory Towers. We did the launch here in Cyprus Avenue, so it's nice to be able to do it here. It's about it referenced Donald Trump back in 2019. There's a line in it that says, "Far from bombs and orange men." So he's out the gap now. So happy days. This is Ivory Towers. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Never been a better you, never been a better me. Shadows locked in exile, lock 'em in a history. Put your famine into flight, shed your shame, our colors soar. Speaking in magic tongues, made love in reruns, crashing waves upon your shore evermore. Yours painted dreams like rainbow showers, embrace the possibility soul to soul. Every time, every time. Neighbors whisper venom in old museums. You kiss me and lingers, or tearing down broken regime. The tear at the seams. We're on the cusp of riding waves. Far from bombs and orange men, he got voted out. Show you my fragility, you vulnerable comedian. Tangle with me in the dark, kiss me in the still of night. Lay with me in sand dunes, skin on skin in pale moonlight. Young as painted dreams like rainbow showers, embrace impossibility soul to soul. Ivory towers, ivory towers. Neighbors whisper venom in old museums. You kiss me and lingers, we're tearing down broken regime. The lock them in a history, put your famine into flight, shed your shame, our colors soar, speaking in magic tongues, made love in reruns, crashing waves upon your shore, evermore, evermore, evermore.
Thank you. This is a tune from my debut album, Dreamcatcher, and Davey and Hugh and Aisling played on that. This is a song I wrote called Shining for You, and it was inspired partly by Nina Simone, as well as Cork City.
Stand tall, crash they fall one by one, laughter turns sour, pursuit of your undone. Tomorrow comes creeping, your both sides struck down, walking full of bravado, but your eyes win a ton. Morning stars shining for you, light in your darkest hour when you're hopeless and hiding, when you're riffing and blinding. Bring your ship home, shining out, shining for you. You're dothered, you're some caught and bothered, and you long for the nightlife that'll give you your cue, losing sight of what matters, fawn over and flattered, clothes for the emperor, blocking your view. Shining for you, distant memory shining for you.
Hugh Dillon on guitar, Aisling Fitzpatrick on cello, David Ryan on drums. Thank you. This is the final band song. This has been an amazing experience. I've had so much fun playing with my friends, Davy Ryan on drums and percussion and various different rhythms and sounds and beats, and Hugh Dillon on guitar and Aisling Fitzpatrick on cello. We haven't played together in about a year, so it's actually very, very nice and emotional. I've done a few of these lockdown gigs, and I'm very grateful for them. But it's lovely having your mates on stage playing with you, especially playing some new songs. Thank you to Cyprus Avenue and the Department of Culture and Heritage and the Gaeltacht and Sport and everything else, and Twisted Vision for recording this. This is a tune that was on my debut album called On the Down Low. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Masculinity's your currency. Why you feeling short of change? Strutting like John Wayne out in that inner flame. Macho lovers in secret bearing your soul to me on the down low. Getting now won't smoke away your memory. Touch. Make 'em believe I'm all you need under a faceless moon, strutting around, love out of bounds, some in a different tune, but you on the down low. But you on the down low. Love's a rodeo, we've fallen off, tumbleweeding in the dust. I fell when you followed, sunk in our water, you cowboy, crying shame. You're in our enigma, never more clear, you and me, riding on a different plane. Getting high won't smoke away your memory. Wine won't wash away your touch. Make 'em believe I'm all you need under a faceless moon, strutting around, love out of bounds, some in a different tune, but you on the getting I won't smoke away your memory. Masculinity's your currency. Why you feeling short of change?
Thank you very much. Thank you, Hugh. Thank you, Aisling. Thank you, Davy. This is a song dedicated to my grandmother, Peggy O'Brien.
on the window, caked in lore, baked in love for me. Those old ghosts won't sit still and keep their oars out. They're ripping up a tide. It's deep and it's wide, it floods the kitchen when memory brings smiling and beguiling. You bake on, blue eyes wide, defiant yet forgiving, constantly inviting all your love for us to rise up in a pie. I watch it caramelize. The thing about her, it hangs in the air, a subtext that's felt and never spoken, keeping the show on the road like a trooper. What fences to mend, babies to tend. You got the spell on the spark, it sends our worries out to sea. Silver machinery wrapped up in harmony. Now you're fading from my sea. No rhyme or reason, just a season to lay low beside your family. Subtext that's felt and never spoken, keeping the show on the road like a trooper. With fences to mend, babies to tend. You got the spell on the spark, it sends our worries out to sea. Silver machinery wrapped up in harmony. Now you're fading from my sea. No rhyme or reason, just a season to lay low beside your family. The axis of your heart turns and burns in the orbit of all our love for all you are. I'm a stream and you're the source. When I turn around and you're not there, I see your blue eyes, they sparkle like a flare. They whisper, mind yourself, though you're not there. They whisper, mind yourself, like a flare. They whisper, mind yourself, though you're not there. An apple tart wafted on the window, caked in lore, baked in love for me. Those old ghosts won't sit still, keep their oars out. They're rippling up a tide. It's deep and it's wide, it floods the kitchen with memory, brings smiling and beguiling. You bake on, blue eyes wide, defiant yet forgiving, constantly inviting all your love for us to rise up in a pie. I watch it caramelize.